Okay, students, so now we are going to a new chapter, and this is the last chapter, chapter 6, global issues. Okay, so for this slide, I will only give you a part of it. Okay, this is part A, and then later on, somewhere maybe next week, I'll give you the rest of the chapters. Okay. Right, so this in this chapter is basically about global issues where you identify what are the key changes, which mean what are the key influences of the global environment towards the event organizations. Okay, so this is where the chapter where you will learn more on if let's say you are doing an event outside of Malaysia or outside of your origin country, and then you should understand the event organization that can influence the response towards the global changes. Like for example, nowadays we have this COVID-19 outbreak, right? So it's actually one of the global forces that influence the event organizations. Okay, and then discuss the models of tourist motivations. What are the motivators that influence tourists to travel? And also in another part, okay, the last part, we will discuss the importance of business and professional, the incentive, mature and special interest travelers. Okay, right. So for the first one, international events environment. Okay, so this is where we will discuss more about the events environment internationally. Okay, so we can see that the origins and later establishment now in current industry and also in the future of modern international events can be linked into several factors, which mean it is influenced by several factors. Okay, so the first one is the organizational factors. Okay, so organizational factors including human, which mean our participants, our shareholder, okay, our attendees, and then physical and financial resources. So these are the factors that will influence the events environment internationally. Okay, because like for example, physical such as your venue itself. Okay, let's say you want to do it I give you an example, Olympic, right? Olympic 2020, but they will do it next year, 2021. So, you know, the Olympic event is a 4 years once event where they will do it in many country. Okay, they will change the country. So you have to see the physical of the event itself, the venue, the resources, okay, and then financial resources. Do you have the budget that can run that type of event? And then we see the local or community context. Key stakeholder can include the organizers, the event crews, and then the participants, okay, and then the shareholder, okay, so the government. So all of those resources we have actually will influence when you do event outside or internationally. And then the resources availability, if let's say the suppliers when you are doing outside, the suppliers for lighting system, the suppliers for the sound system, the stage, okay, will influence. And also the competition, which means when you want to do the event, you have to see the competitors. Either they will do the same event as you, or you will do the same event as them, or you will do a unique event different from your competitors. And then global forces that will impact the event, such as the like nowadays COVID-19 outbreak, and then they also have like terrorism. Okay, maybe like certain country is associated with terrorists, so that can also affect your decision to do event outside or internationally. And then the event organization, so do they have any event organizations that can support your event company to do the event internationally? And event tourism, okay, so usually when for example a event company in Malaysia want to do event outside of Malaysia, let's say we want to do it in Thailand. Okay, so the tourism that can relate to our event that can make it more interesting. Okay, right, and then next one. Okay, so globalization. So these are some of the ways in which aspect of globalization have facilitated or influence the growth of events and event organizations. So these are some of the factors that have influenced the growth of events. Okay, so the first one, the increase in air and air travel and the culture tourist markets for events. Okay, you can see nowadays we have many types of airlines, okay, or air transportation that can bring us anywhere in the part of the world. So reductions in the cost of air travel and the convenience and ease of finding the information about any location that you want to do the events. Okay, and then a significant number of tourists who have been travelers going to a country for the specific purpose, such as attending cultural events. Okay, so there are certain tourists or travelers that willingly to travel to other country because they want to attend event like cultural event, okay, to experience new culture. And then these tourists, also known as cultural tourists, described as well educated people with high status occupations and good incomes, which means they don't have much problem about the budget or financing in buying flight ticket to travel to anywhere just to attend events. Okay, and then number two, second factors, the development of file trading and file sharing technologies and live music events. So file trading and file sharing technology have made very easy for music to be shared and traded across the globe illegally. Okay, like like YouTube, we can use download YouTube downloader to download music illegally, right? Don't need to buy the CDs, okay? No need to purchase from iTunes, okay? So these innovations have severely depressed sale of recorded music. So because people can download it freely and illegally, it has made the music industry stressful and depressed because they do music because they want to sell it, but we download it for free, so it has stressed them. So that is why they need to do tour, okay, concert, okay, that can get income from the recorded music. So live music in the last decade has come to be regarded somewhat as a savior or the help for music companies and artists. So that's why artists go for global tour, international tour, because they want to still get income from selling live music. And then there are people who are willingly to travel to experience this live music. For example, Ed Sheeran have done concert in Indonesia. So people from Malaysia, because they are the fan of Ed Sheeran, so they're willing to go to Indonesia, travel there to experience live music from Ed Sheeran. Okay, and then the increase in international organizations in demand of MICE meetings, incentive travel, conferences, and exhibition. Okay, so this is like a transnational company when they do this such of event. So this can actually um, attract, okay, the interest group. For example, let's say a business company, okay, they want to join, they want to come to Malaysia to promote their product and services, so they can join our MICE, our insider travel conferences or exhibitions, okay, to expand their industry or their market. So the increase in the numbers of international organizations is dramatically increasing, okay, because demand for events, because events is not only focused on cultural event or special event or music event only. They can also focus on this MICE industry, okay, where they can do meeting outside of Malaysia, they can do incentive travel. For example, to promote Malaysia, they do an incentive travel where they will do exhibitions and also including tourism packages. Okay, so when people, business people come to Malaysia, not only they will attend the conference or exhibitions, but they can go to like tour around KL to have these leisure activities. Okay, and then global forces that impacting event organizations and tourism. So what actually the global forces that affect the events in this tourism industry? So you can see here, these are the illustrative past analysis. Okay, past here. Um, actually is a tool, okay, for analysis, strategic planning tools. Okay, so this PES includes political and legal changes, economic conditions, socio-cultural trends, and innovations in technology. So this stands for PES. P, political, economic. E, S, social, and T, technological. So political, for example, like terrorism. Okay, so the example is like 9/11 events, and then in India. Okay, and then because of securing the Vancouver 2010 Olympics. Okay, so these are the forces that have impact or influence the events. Okay, and also tourism industry, and then economic, the global recessions. So in 2008 financial crisis have impact the world economy, where there are even many international events are reporting fewer visitors and participants. Like we can see now in 2020, we are half of the year of 2020 already. So event industry is also actually impacted by the economy, because economy in Malaysia is not really doing well. Okay, so that is why we don't have any events because of COVID-19. So there are not many visitors can come here, and also participants to come to our event and all. So this is impact all the activities in the event industry. And then social, aging populations. So we have developed world now have aging population. So moreover, other people are enjoying greater level of vitality as they get older. Okay, and then we have um social in terms of the group of age. Okay, the age group. Okay, so we can see the age group we have nowadays, more teenagers, or maybe teen years. Okay, they are not really interested in events and all. So this can also impact the event industry. And then technological. Okay, so this technological development, reliable and increasingly cheaper technology that can be done in the event industry, such as meeting and conferences. Okay, so we can see that nowadays people try to cooperate technological advances into the events. Okay, so especially in the MICE industry, meetings, exhibitions, okay, and conferences, they try to include all these technological advances. Like for example, nowadays, because we need to do social distancing, right? So event can focus in the virtual event, rather than meeting with your event crews or meeting with your attendees and participants. Then you can use the technological advances, such as we have many applications such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and then we have Google and everything. So we can still connect with one another, we can still have an event, but we don't have to meet them physically. We just meet them virtually. Okay. All right. So I will stop here for a while, and I will continue with another video lecture.